Hey, Todd Berry from toddberry.com. How do you answer the question, what do you do? You get that, don't you? Right? When you're out and about, maybe you're at a networking function, or you meet someone at the soccer game that your kids are playing in, or maybe through your church or something, and say, so what do you do? Right? It's really easy and sometimes appropriate to just say, well, I own a shoe store, or, I'm in real estate, or I am an entrepreneur, or I'm a CPA, or I'm an attorney, or I'm a blah, 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 right? That's just a label, my friends. That's all that is. So there are times, right, when that's appropriate, or maybe you don't want to talk to somebody. But if you are in a business where you're responsible for cultivating more of it, and so that's the important caveat here. If you're responsible for cultivating business, there's plenty of people that just have jobs. I say just, that's not making it a bad thing, but they have jobs where they have no direct interaction with anyone on purpose to cultivate business. Now, I would submit to you that in the big picture, everybody should be trying to cultivate business and representing their company well, because if you work at a company, you live in a community, everybody in that community is a stakeholder, and so you want to represent that company well, so it's well thought of. But that's a separate conversation. And so you want to think about creating an answer that is congruent with what you do, that is heart-based and sincere, not a gimmicky, like you hear people in home business ventures sometimes. They'll be like, well, I help people be healthy and wealthy, right? I mean, I'm sorry. If you do that, I'm just telling you, it doesn't come off very well, right? So you want to get a little bit more specific. You want to get a little bit more real, right? So for example, for me, right, given the things that I do, is I help companies bring out the best in their people. So that's one of the things that I do. So when I'm talking to someone who is in a corporation or owns a business, right, has employees, that's a great door opener, because it's exactly what I do, right? Is I help the company and the management and the leadership bring out the best in the people they're leading. Who wouldn't want that, right? Because that translates into higher productivity, higher profit, right? Better working environment, less turnover, all that good stuff. And then the other thing I will say is, and I equip people to live their best life possible, which is exactly what I do, right? So it's if someone follows exactly what I teach in the 3 Circles Living, and I coach them, or they're part of the community that I interact with and teach in, or I train on that, and they follow that, their life gets better, right? So that is exactly what I do. And so I say that because that's what I do, okay? So if I said I coach, it's not, it's true, or I'm an author. That's true. I'm an entrepreneur. That's true. But that doesn't make anybody think, I'd like to learn more about what you're doing, right? Occasionally it will, right? Occasionally, I might say, I have a nutritional supplement business, right? Because I have multiple businesses that I've built. And so if I say I have a nutritional supplement business, I might say that to somebody, and they'll go, really? Well, can you tell me a little bit about those? Because I've been looking for something, right? So sometimes but primarily, this is what I said before. I help companies bring out the best in their people, and I help people to achieve their richest life possible, their best life possible. That is a great conversation starter, and it's real, because that lends someone to say, well, how do you do that? Or can you tell me more about that? Which allows me then to say, well, is there an area of that is interesting for you? Are you trying to do better yourself? Are you looking for ways to improve it? I can then have that be a conversation, right? Where it's not me just going, well, I do because I don't want to be talking about me. I want to be creating engagement, right? So think about what you do, right? Even if you, again, going back to the very first thing I said, maybe you are in real estate, maybe you are in a CPA, maybe you are. Don't just give that label, right? Think about the benefit you provide for people, and then what's the benefit of that, right? So I help people sleep at night because I help them maximize in the right way their tax strategies. How do you do that? Whatever it is, right? I mean, I'm just making that up off the top of my head. But that's how you want to answer that question, unless you don't want to be in a conversation, unless you just want to look like everybody else. Then you can just answer it however you want to. But the ideal way, if you're involved in cultivating business, is to describe a benefit of what you do as what you do, and that allows someone to want to know more. So I hope this was helpful. If you have not gotten the book Three Circles Living, it'll help you live your richest life possible. And if you had your entire company doing that, you'll crush it. You absolutely crush it. Your company will rock and roll. Because imagine people who are happy, healthy, working in their strength zones, have better skills with their people, have a better attitude. How's that going to look, right? Anyway, I digress. Have a great day.